We have a shift knob.
That's the upgraded one, the performance one?
What they have for the Type S. There we go.
This is the shift knob part number. And then I think this is his favorite part.
Over here, we got this. Ooh, this is nice. Alcantara steering wheel.
Nice. It's definitely going to change up the feel of the car when you're driving it every single day.
Oh yeah. This is the goodies we have for you guys here today.
I was able to get the boot off by just putting this boot on, which was a pain in the butt. But for some reason, ours is pretty hard to get off. So you just stick it under that flathead, that piece, and pry it out. There we go.
Where did you see it come?
There we go. Yep, and it drops. Wow, incredible. Why is ours so tight?
So huh? Why it wasn't coming out?
I don't know. Why is just ours so tight? I don't know. It was like really, I guess it was bent really in. Get this off. All you got to do is put the 14mm under here and then twist it off. That's it. So you hold it in place and then you turn it left counterclockwise. So then you spin it out. I want to try to keep the same orientation that where it's at now, this black collar piece. I guess where it's almost down, it's bottoming out, and then we're just going to tighten it up a little bit more. You see? Cool. Then the knob goes, after you bottom this out, then you get the new knob. This one, you were complaining that it is kind of heavy, right? But I believe it's a weighted shift knob.
I like when you could kill somebody with it.
Because it's that heavy?
Yeah, that
it's
heavy.
Okay, which one is heavier? Do you have the stock one?
Oh my gosh.
How much of a difference?
Heavy too.
Both of them are heavy? Let me feel this one. Oh yeah.
To me this feels heavier though.
Let me see.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a tad bit heavier,
yeah,
but this is pretty heavy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is like a weighted shift knob. And then you just gotta line it up.
That's all the way. Then you gotta bring it back there.
Is that straight for you? And then you tighten this just slightly, right? Like right there? Right there, right?
Right there, though. To me that looks better.
That looks better? Shift it through. See if it looks straight. 1, 2. So then what else was the last thing you have to do?
Yeah, put this back up.
Yep, so you just push it up and it clicks. That's it. So then the new weighted shift knob by Acura, the upgraded shifter, is on the car. So okay. Nice. And then I believe the light is in there. So if you close the door, it's getting dark here right now. So if you close the door, open it back up.
Okay, there we go.
The new lights. Yep, there it is. Wow. And then the footwell and the door pocket.
Pocket over there.
Yep. The next door, my footwell. Yep. Wow, that's a big difference in change. Wow. Cool.
This is all this hard work, all that today was for.
Yep. So, in the car down. Yeah, even by your feet.
Let me take off my little hoodie off the shifter to keep it warm.
Yeah, definitely we're going to test this out, see how, because this definitely is heavier than the stock one, so it's kind of like a weighted shift knob. So see how the shifting feels. It feels a lot better or what? Because I noticed I have the Mugen carbon fiber shift knob, and I noticed that makes a complete difference in how the car shifts and feels and everything. So let's see if this really is a good upgrade for it adding more weight, in my opinion. Feels good? Feels about the same?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it just feels
smaller.
It just feels small.
But in my opinion, I thought the other one was a bit smaller. That one's really tiny compared to this one.
No, this feels a little
I guess I got to do a side-by-side comparison.
I'll let you drive and you'll see. To me, it feels smaller when you hold it. It feels smaller.
Because in my opinion, I kind of like ball-shaped shift knobs better.
I mean, it looks good and everything.
Yeah.
With everything, it matches.
Yeah.
You know,
silver and everything. Yeah. And then I know you put the Hassport rear motor mount. I would say it took like a week, 2 weeks for it to break
maybe
in.
about 2 weeks.
2 weeks to break in, but it was really stiff for 70.
Yeah, yeah.
It was, and you can feel the vibration and everything on the road. You go over bumps sometimes and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel as bad. I mean, it doesn't feel as bad, no. And
but it was like 90 degrees. So if it's like, it was really hot while you was driving this thing. So but it still took 2 weeks for it to break in though. Compared to, I don't know, for my FK, I think it took like a 190 degree day. The next day it was gone. But for this one, this new Hassport mount for the F05 and Integra Type S, it took at least 2 weeks, even on these 90 degree days. I mean, it's hot and humid, and it's usually not 90 degrees here for like a whole week. So this has probably been breaking world records for this whole year. So 2 weeks, but it's gone. You don't really feel it.
You don't really feel it now, but the only thing about it, right? With original engine mount and stuff, like when you're turning off, you rev the car a little bit, you don't really
feel the roll.
You really don't feel it. You don't hear the cars much. You know what I mean? You don't feel it. So that's why sometimes when you're driving and think you're trying to turn off and think the car will cut out, because you can't hear it and you don't feel it. Now with the Hassport motor mount now, whenever you turn it off, you feel. You feel the grab the road. Yeah, you could feel.
Like there's no wheel hop, and the wheel hop and stuff is eliminated.
You could feel it and stuff. So I mean, to me, you have more control.
Control and feel of the
with
road.
The gas and stuff when you're turning.
When you're taking off now,
like how much gas you're giving it and stuff.
So it feels a lot more planted.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you first take off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, plus it feels a lot more planted.
Yeah, but it was a lot. When you first put it on, it was vibrating a lot.
Oh yeah.
Even when you go over bumps, you could feel like some type of vibration. It was kind of weird.
And when you start it up and just warming up, you could feel that sucker, man.
We're gonna install the Alcantara steering wheel. So right now, I'm gonna disconnect the battery because we gotta take the airbag out. So make sure you unlock the door. This is the factory steering wheel. Oh, yeah, I forgot we got the PRL intake on here now. The PRL charge pipes. So we have a valve stem tool, and all you got to do is, there's a hole on the side of the steering wheel. You just push it in and then it's gonna click. Push it a little bit farther.
Something just click it.
Okay, and then there's another one on the other side. Just be careful.
There we go. All right, apparently, right, I know a lot of you the guys that see the videos, we're taking out the steering wheel, right, and all you see is that they push the tool,
valve stem tool. So you get a valve stem tool,
yeah, like
I have right here. I order this. You get a valve stem tool, a long valve stem tool. You stick it in a hole, and then it pushes up against the valve, a release for the airbag.
Okay.
And you push it in. There's one on the left, there's one on the right, and then there's one at the bottom.
Yeah.
But people don't tell you.
Which, when you see people do this, you don't never see them push it in that one there, but you have to push it. It's 3 of them. It's 2 sides and 1 underneath here. You have to push in order to get this airbag out.
So then when you look on top of the airbag, just lift this up because you got to be careful of the black pieces. So you just got these 2 white tabs on the side. You just got to pull them back and then it disconnects. So same thing with this one, you holding it. I'm just going to pull these tabs back.
Yep.
And then it disconnects.
Like that.
Yep.
All right.
And then you got to remember how the orientation of everything is routed. So now this is the steering wheel. So just remember how everything is routed.
Okay. And see, color coded.
Yeah,
black,
so
gray.
Yep.
Gray. Yep. And then this one.
So we're gonna take this out.
One more thing, right? You gotta remember when you're taking out this steering wheel. You see this here? This have to be unplugged also, so you don't forget to unplug this here. Because when you pull out the steering wheel, I think this comes off with the steering wheel. That's what the clock spring or something like that. but it has to be unplugged also.
All right, you want to disconnect it right now? You can do it, or you need.
I don't know. No, it never worked for me. There we go.
So it's disconnected?
Yep.
All right.
It's disconnected.
Cool.
So all we got to do now is loosen that up.
Yep, use the gun as an Allen key. We'll give you the number
Stand
here in a
wheel out.
second. Number is that? That is a H10 Allen key. Dude, don't hold the steering wheel. Just put your hand up here. And yep. Keep going. As you can see, right? There's a lot of torques on there.
Yeah, Loctite, green Loctite.
Yeah. Okay, yep. And then, yep. And just make sure it's in that same orientation when you put it back on. So, you see how everything is coming out? Yep. The wires have to, so don't even, mess with that. Yep.
Yep, that stays right there. All right, and then we just have to change over everything.
Yep. So now we're gonna take the steering wheel out. So that's how you remove the steering wheel. All right, guys. So the first thing you got to do, Phillips screws is holding the whole steering wheel and everything together. All of the components, the switches, the gloss black piece, the backing, the Type S logo on the steering wheel. We have to transfer all of that to the new Alcantara steering wheel. So it has one. So there's only 3 Phillips screws. And then just remember the orientation of how everything is, and we're going to show you that here in a second. There's another one right there.
These things here.
Yeah.
That's a ground wire or something like that.
Cool.
That's there.
Cool.
That's there. That's there.
So the first thing we're going to do is take the gloss black piece out. You just pull it up from the inside. There you go. I think you need to pull that side up. Pull this side up first.
Not really pull this side up?
Yeah. There you go. And then pull this up again over here on this side. There you go. And then the bottom. There you go. And then disconnect these 2 for all the buttons. Yeah, I kind of have to like stand up a little bit and hold it in the air. Push it down. Yep, you got it. There you go. Just clipping it back in. So you got to do the top first. Yep. And then you got to do the bottom. So the sides, you got to push it down. There we go. Yep. Don't be afraid. It's a little bit of plastic, but it's you kind of have to use some force. But remember how everything come through. These come through there.
Yeah, this comes through here. This comes through here. That comes through there.
Yep.
And these ones up top.
Yep. All right. And then you put this aside. You put that aside, and then you flip it upside down, and then you push that out. The Type S logo. Yep. And then it just sits on top of that. So cool. And then this is the factory one, and now we're gonna get the Alcantara one in the box. That's the comparison. All right, so then we're gonna put this one back in the box and redo the same steps. They even got holes in the front too.
They do send you a replacement.
I knew locking nut for the wheel. No longer need that one. So first thing first, we're going to line this up from the front. As you can see, there's holes right there. So you line those holes up.
Yeah, there we go. I can see now. These is what the lines up here.
Yep. So you line up those holes.
Right here.
And then you got to line up these holes up top.
So they'll line up right there.
Yep.
And you got to line up these ones up on top here.
Yep. You got to push it in and make sure it's on there good. So push it down. Yep. It should. Yep. Push it down.
There we go. And everything's clipped right in.
Yep. So just make sure everything is pushed down firmly to where you like it.
Yeah, everything is down.
All right.
Right.
So then you kind of have to lift your steering wheel up and guide everything in.
Okay.
So
this is where everything will be.
And then remember those holes at top. And then remember this has to clip into the back of it. Cool. All right.
You pull everything back up where it was. This,
and then this one routes,
and then
all there, goes right here.
And then you connect it right back here.
And then you got to make sure these two top things.
And these two top ones come through up here.
Trying to show you guys because he's kind of holding it weird.
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure everybody see where everything's supposed to.
So these goes through the top.
Yes, those up to the top.
These goes through the side. Even this ground.
Yes, that little ground.
And then that, and then you got to make sure these little lined up, and then you got to make sure the backing of this clips in.
Of the one here.
Clips in too.
This clips in also. It's lined up to clip.
So you just want to push everything in. So you kind of like hold it in the ear and like clip it in.
All of these have to clip back in also.
Yep.
Everything clips right back in.
Yep, it's gonna have some movement because the screws are not on there.
On there yet, yes.
So just make sure before you guys put the screws in, all of that stuff is
everything is back up where it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Everything is up.
And then you gotta make sure these clips
back in.
Is all the way up. Yep.
Everything is back in.
So then now we're gonna get the controls. That's over here.
Well, we could put that one back in.
What?
Okay. All right. Everything is in.
Yep.
Everything is how it's supposed to be.
And then we have to get the controls.
Okay. And then here we go.
You want to clip
back in here.
Yep.
Like that. We're gonna
make sure it's lined up. And before you click it in, I think it's better to just plug them in while you have things, because it's gonna be a pain in the butt. So you want to plug them in real quick.
You want to go ahead and plug them in right away.
Of course, it's gonna have to come down some. There we go. And then the other side. There we go. And then you push everything in. Make sure that your edges are good. This edge needs to come in.
There we go.
Cool. Cool.
There like that. And then we're gonna put these screws back in.
Yep. So
one goes in.
I'm gonna try to, because I know he's facing this way, so I'm trying to get you guys. Yep, the longer screw, and then the shorter screw goes with the.
And then this one.
The smaller screw goes for the, what is that, a ground, right?
That's what it looks like to me. Ground.
Ground, yeah. Yep, making sure it's tight and good. So of course you guys don't want this to come undone after you put your new steering wheel on. Nah, it's just your nerves up. Okay, now my dad is gonna check to make sure everything is firm on the steering wheel. So he's gonna check the corners, the backing, everything. Yep, make sure everything is sealed around tightly.
Sealed tight.
Yep, if something needs to be clicked in.
Everything
the back,
looks good.
Everything looks good.
Yep, everything looks good. On this end, everything looks good.
Cool. So now,
so we all good there?
So all good. We might need to get a lint brush or something. But yeah, after the screws in, now she's ready to go back into the car. Yep. So just need to make sure that the steering wheel is straight to put it back. All right, so now we're gonna head back to the car. And I'm gonna grab the new bolt.
This are nothing, right?
No.
All right, guys.
So this goes in here, the middle, right?
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to go down in the groove, but I mean, it ain't straight in the groove. Straight.
It's straight.
All right, well, we go with that.
You got the steering wheel on. He just wanted me to make sure I got it on there so it could be straight. So first thing is we're gonna clip on that one piece. So we're gonna put the white clip in first, right?
Yeah, the clock spring.
Yep. So that's in, and now we have the new bolt, which is, he has it in his hand. Cool, so that's the new bolt. This thing definitely gonna need some oogas. And then you know how to, so make sure you put it on there and put force down from the back. Yep, she should be good now. You saw her spin a little bit more?
Yeah.
But I know you don't want to go too tight, which makes sense.
Yeah,
but you don't want the crap coming off. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want.
And then he's gonna make sure everything is clipped in. So that black one's clipped in first.
No, these here. We put on these first.
Okay, you want. All right, so he's gonna put the black ones in. So all you got to do is push them on. But of course, make sure they're in correctly and they click. Yep. Yeah. Boom. Boom. And then this kind of like turns upside down.
And that one is right on there like that.
And that one just sits, yeah, it's kind of like on there.
Okay.
Yep. So then you line it up with those holes. Wow. Yep. Yep.
There you go.
And that's it, guys. Cool.
There we go.
There we go. Yep. And that's it. That's the install. You put the cross, making sure everything is good.
And making sure everything is going.
Yeah, because you know airbags are scary. Yeah.
You know.
Airbags are scary.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna go for a drive to show you guys too. See how it feels and everything.
I'll close the door. Got them lights and everything.
Alright, tighten it up.
Ain't got no place. Yeah, we go. Right.
Cool. That's it. I guess we're gonna pack up and then we're gonna go for a drive and see how the new Alcantara steering wheel feels and everything. First start up, I'm already recording. You nervous?
Yeah.
Just start it up, man.
First one ever did. Make sure.
Got the new shifter on there now. I'm not a big fan of it, guys. It's too small. Look, my whole hand is around it, like. But turn this AC on.
Yeah.
How does it feel? It feels like a premium car now, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Got a different feel to it. Everything's good. My dad's happy. And I think that was pretty much the last accessory we have for this car. So everything good to go. I think the only accessories we didn't do was the mirror caps and the light up grill with the Acura logo that's blocked out. But that's all. It's a hit or miss. It depends if you, it's like a preference. It's not that much of a big deal. It's like if you want a different look, but the blocked out look, it looks sinister already. And then on a darker color, I don't think you need the carbon mirror caps.
Yeah.
It's gonna blend in a lot.
It's real close, you know.
Yeah. So alright guys, everything came out beautiful.